welcome to day 30 of Vlogmas. We're still going. I completely failed to record anything yesterday. We had a bit of a day off because we were still in the process of moving all the rooms around. The boys' bedroom is pretty much done now. We still need to perfect a few little bits and pieces, like some of the toys need sorting out, and we need to swap a few little bits. We've got those wardrobes, built-in wardrobes where there's like a wardrobe section with sliding doors, and then at the top there's a section that kind of opens out, and at the moment that's still got all of my stuff in, and the one in the office has still got all the boys' stuff in, so we need to switch those over at some point. But their room is getting there. I am currently sat in the new office, which is also getting there, just slightly more slowly. All the stuff that is behind me is mostly the stuff that used to live on my shelves, you know, sort of the podcasting shelves, which are going to go back up on this wall again. We just want to get some new brackets because they were floating shelves and they didn't really work very well. They weren't very strong and they kind of leaned slightly. So we're going to get some proper brackets to go underneath to hopefully strengthen them up a little bit so I can put more on them. But they will go back up here. And this will be the podcasting spot. It will be very similar, but just kind of switched slightly. Whereas before you had the shelves on this side, now you'll have the shelves on this side. But you don't really care, I'm sure. But yeah, so all the mess behind me is all the stuff that mostly lived on those shelves and hasn't got anywhere to go at the moment. But other than that, we're getting there. All of my stock and my undyed stock is all sorted and all organised. I have only just got enough space for the undyed stock that I've got at the moment. So if I order more at any point, it's going to be fun. But it means I've just got to dye loads up, doesn't it? So that's also fun. Well, yeah, we're getting there. I think it's going to be a little bit of a work in progress to get used to working in it and to get used to kind of how we use the space. There's a few things that aren't going to be quite as easy in here because there's just not as much room, but hopefully it'll work. Anyway, I wasn't coming on to ramble for half an hour about the room change because you've had 2 days worth of videos of us swapping rooms. I'm sure you're sick of it by now. I will give you a little video at some point, probably in tomorrow's video, just a quick, you know, few seconds to sort of show the progress and show how it's been, what we've got to, but it won't be the focus, that's for sure. Anyway, what I did think I would focus on today, because I am recording this actually on the 30th and it is the day 30 video, I thought just to make things a bit easier, I would sit down. I'm going to sneeze. Don't sneeze. Anyway, sneeze averted. I thought I would sit down and do a little yarny presents, sort of the Christmas gifts that I got that were yarny knitting related, and also maybe share some progress on the Advent and Christmas projects that I've been working on. So let's start with some yarny gifts, shall we? I'll start with actual yarn. So this was this skein of yarn that was the 100-gram skein that was part of my Advent swap package. And I'm very excited by this one. This is from Moustache Yarn, which is a company that I have heard so much about, especially to do with self-striping, and have never got hold of because I thought they were an American company. I think they are an American company, but my swap partner was in Australia, so I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, if they are an American company, one of the reasons I've not ordered is because, as I'm sure many of you are aware, if we order from America in the UK, we tend to be subject to customs charges, which is kind of 20%, plus you get, is it like a £12 Royal Mail handling fee? Something like that. Very much like what a lot of you in the EU are going to be getting when you order from the UK come the 1st of January. Not fun. Anyway, so yeah, I don't tend to order from the States for that exact reason, because it really increases the price of what you're ordering. But very nice when I manage to get American or other yarns in swap packages. So this is, as I said, Moustache Yarn. The colourway is Bohemian. And it is a must match skeins. So there's 2 identical skeins twisted together. So there's 2 50-gram skeins in here. twisted together so you can get perfect matching socks. So I love that. I love the colours as well. Muted colours like this aren't ones I tend to gravitate towards, but these are really pretty. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the order of the stripes and how it stripes up. So that'll be fun. And then I got an actual Christmas gift as well. My aunt and uncle ordered some yarn. It came, it was a little bit confusing because amusingly it didn't come skeined up. It came just unskeined in a plastic bag. So I will say that unless you are quite handy and know your way around a skein of yarn, which obviously I do, it could be a little bit of a tricky one, because I could really imagine people trying to get this on a Swift to wind it up and it being an absolute tangled mess if you don't know how to handle a skein of yarn properly. But yeah, anyway, this is the yarn. It's very, very pretty. Now, it's from Elvin Craft Yarns. I will add a link to them in the drop down box and in the Ravelry thread as well. So it's elvincraftcreations.com and it's hand painted yarn, and it came with this particular picture, and what it said on the little sort of Etsy thing is that it says, well, it's BFL wool silk, so I think it's a BFL silk blend, peacock cherry, sport sock. So I think it might be sport weight. I don't know. It feels very 4-ply. I think I would use it as a 4-ply. BFL wool, BFL silk. But the thing it did say on the back of here is it's homegrown hand-dyed yarn. And we had a little look on the website. It comes from the Isle of Skye. And we had a little look on the website, and it sounds like they use their own sheep. So they shear their own sheep, and then they have the wool milled, and then it comes back to them and they dye it themselves. So I'm wondering if that is the sheep that my wool came from. Quite possibly. Is that a blue-faced Leicester sheep? I don't know. Obviously it's been blended with silk as well. So I'm not 100% sure, but it's very pretty. I'm thinking maybe some kind of cowl might be quite nice in that. You know, one of those like triangular cowls that just joins at the neck. Something like that will just kind of be full of bright colours. And I think the BFL silk blend would be gorgeous. I sell a BFL silk, and it is absolutely lovely. It is so, so, so soft. But yeah, so that was my other yarny gift. And then I also got a couple of project bags. Quick sip of water to keep my voice going. So Tom obviously ordered this, but it was technically from the boys. So this is the lovely project bag that they ordered me, a lovely festive project bag. They had obviously been listening when I said I wanted more Christmas project bags. And this has come from Ellie at Craft House Magic. She also popped in a little matching lavender sachet, and she also included a little mini skein. That's a little extra. But amusingly, she also has been listening to my vlogs and heard me saying about wanting more Christmas project bags. And she very, very kindly, and this blew the boys away. They were so excited apparently when this package arrived, and there was not one project bag in it, but there were 2 Christmas project bags. She also included this gorgeous project bag as well. And again, her little logo is stamped in there. And yeah, so she also included this absolutely lovely project bag. So thank you so much, Ellie. This made our Christmas, really. It was so funny on Christmas Day. The boys were so excited to explain to me and tell me all about the note that you had included and how they'd ordered 1 project bag and 2 had turned up. They were so excited. It was so lovely. So thank you very, very much. So I now have 2 lovely Christmas project bags. And they are both beautiful. They're both drawstring, and they've got little pockets inside as well, which is really handy. This one has been put to use straight away. And yeah, that's all the Christmas present stuff. So let's move on to Christmas projects, I guess. I talked about the spinning yesterday, or the other day I talked about the spinning. So if I've got time, which I'm not sure I will, I might talk about it more now. If not, I will share it on the podcast. I'll share it on the podcast. Right, so living in this lovely project bag from Ellie, I have started my Christmas cast on. And this is a very appropriate cast on to have in this project bag because I have started the Cupid's Arrow wrap, which is Ellie's new advent pattern. I haven't got very far, but I am knitting this with my Spectrum Fibres advent calendar. So this is the first colour that I'm using. I laid them all out into kind of a rainbow order, and I decided I was going to start with the purple and then finish with the dark blue. So this is as far as I've got, but I'm hoping to get some more done on this today. But it's gorgeous already. The pattern is lovely and easy and simple to follow, and I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying how the yarn is knitting up. So that is my first colour, and I've got the first 3 colours in here. So that's the first 3 colours. And then I've sorted the order in the box all downstairs, ready to go for the next ones. I'm altering the pattern a little bit. I think there's a picture of the pattern. I think they've got a picture on the pattern. Let me have a quick look. I'm altering the pattern a little bit because the pattern has lace sections in it. No, there isn't a picture on the pattern. That's fine. I'll pop a picture on the screen. The pattern has lace sections in it, and I'm going to be excluding the lace sections because I kind of just want it to be garter stitch, a big garter stitch wrap, but I am going to do the tassels. So I'm quite excited about having cast that one on. And then my advent mittens. These are coming along. I have finished one of them. Let me get the other one out. And I've decided not to do all 24 stripes. Because I just wasn't, let me take my watch off a second. I decided I wasn't, there were a few colours that came in the swap that I didn't want to include. So I can't quite remember how many stripes I did do. But I finished the first one. So they're still a really good length without all 24. And I really like how it's come out, how it's worked. The pattern's really, really nice. They're a perfect length. Yeah. And then the second one is nearly there. As you can see, I am just 4 stripes in the cuff away from finishing the second one. So that's just an evening's work really to sit down and get that done. So they will be done very, very soon. There were a lot of ends to weave in, I will say that. But it's fine, isn't it? And you can't really tell from the outside that I weaved in so many ends. Weaved in, woven in. But yeah, they're coming along. So if you haven't been watching, they are the Heart and Mitts, which is a pattern by Helen Stewart of Curious Handmade. And then what else? I also have my Christmas Eve cast on, which I haven't done a lot with. I managed to cast on one rib. I have got one rib completed, but I am loving the yarn. It's so, so pretty. That's knitting up beautifully. Yeah, really, really pleased with it. And I have picked out a pattern, which I've completely forgotten the name of. It's a pattern by Jessie Marie Makes. And I think it might be called the Autumn Walks pattern. Again, I'll pop a picture on the screen. It's the Autumn Somethings pattern anyway. And it's kind of a double ribbed, it's like a brokeny ribby kind of pattern thing. I'm not sure. But I'm trying to decide whether I cast that, just carry on straight onto this one, or whether I get the rib of the second one done. I might just get the rib of the second one done. And again, the yarn for this one is by Debbie of Down Sheepy Lane, and it's her Cozy and Joyful colourway. It's really, really pretty. So that's the Christmas Eve cast on. And then finally, blanket progress, Advent blanket progress. I've not got much further than I showed you earlier in the vlog, but we've got 3 rows of the Advent blanket complete. That's upside down. This is the top row. 3 rows of the Advent blanket complete. And I've started working on the next squares. So I've finished 4 squares in colour 7 and 1 square in colour 8, and that will be the next row. So it's making progress slowly. I will continue to make progress on it slowly, but I'm really enjoying it, and I'm really looking forward to having it completed. And actually, when you think about it, what are there? There's 3 rows of 8 here. So that's what, 8, 16, 24. So I did actually get 24 squares crocheted up and added to the blanket during Advent, which I think is good, because that's still 1 a day for Advent, isn't it? And a few extra squares as well. Right, so that is all of my Adventy Christmas projects, really. Hopefully the podcast will be back in full swing from next week. We will be finishing the vlogs on New Year's Eve. It will probably be... So today's video will go up today, which is the 30th. Today, what I record during the day today will go up tomorrow, which is the 31st. And then we might record a video on the 31st, which will go up on the 1st, just as a kind of New Year video. And that will be the end of the vlogs. I did mean to check earlier how much money we were at. Let me double check quickly now, and I will tell you just before we finish. Okay, so before I announce the amount, I just realised I haven't shared the last couple of days of my 12 Days of Christmas box. So these are the colours that we have so far. These are days 1 to 6. So definitely coming into a rainbow. This is day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Days 1 to 6, days 1 to 5. Really pretty. I will lay them out actually and get a little video of them to pop in tomorrow's video so you can see them more clearly. And day 6 is living in here still, because I've not opened it yet. So day 6, ooh, that's pretty. So heading into, I don't know quite what we're heading into from that one, but that's very pretty. Purples maybe. Again, I still haven't quite worked out what I'm going to do. I want to do some kind of cowl, I think, held with the mohair. But I need to have a little think and a little play and see what I can come up with. Right, money. I've literally just checked, and we currently have raised $131 through the YouTube ad revenue for the last 20, oh, that's the last 28 days. It might be a little bit more than that because I'm going back to the last podcast. Anyway, this month, I think, we are currently at $131, which is, having just put it through Google Converter, about £96. So we are so close to that £100. I'm hoping, well, I'm pretty sure that by the end of the vlogs, with 2 more videos going up, we should make that £100. And even if we don't quite make that £100, we'll top it up to £100 anyway. So thank you to everyone that's watched the vlogs throughout the month, because you've helped with that. That's amazing that we're going to be able to donate so much to our local food bank and help people out going into January. And then the last thing that is left for me to say to you in today's video is we need to do the joke of the day. What does Mrs. Claus say to Santa when it's cloudy? It looks like rain, dear. They're so bad, aren't they? They really are. Oh dear. Right, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all again tomorrow for more Vlogmas. Bye.